This is Jackie, and I'm here with the Orphan The Poet. Day 3, Firefly. We're still standing. You guys just got off stage, so like the hard part is over. Now it's just time to relax in the heat. I'm really sorry. But this is not new for you. You recently played Bunbury.
Yeah.
What were some highlights of that festival?
Ooh, the fact that we were not rained on while we were on stage. That's always good. The whole time I was looking, and there was just I thought we were getting wet. I thought we were getting wet the entire time. But no, that's fantastic. It was in Cincinnati, which is close to home for us. So that's always fun to be playing, close to home, see some familiar faces. It's a good time. It's a good time.
I covered that last year, so I know that the weather is like, you're definitely at the mercy of that. Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us about your new song, Queen Cobra.
Oh, well, we put it out, what, three weeks ago now? Yeah.
I lose track of time, but yeah, three-ish maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I won't quote you on that.
And that was such a fun song to write. We originally wrote it with our friends Max Collins and Kenny Carkey out in LA, and man, it was like a little over a year ago that we kind of fiddled around with the idea of it, and when we were working on new music for the summer, we kind of stumbled upon that old demo, and we're like, man, there's something here. So we have a studio at our home in Columbus, Ohio, and we just kind of spent a couple days working on that song in the studio and kind of reworking some ideas, and I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. You never know when, if you put out anything new, like will people like it, but it's been bananas. It's been great. It's been super, super cool. Everyone seems to be vibing on it. Yeah. People knew, that's the thing, so the song is only three weeks old, and we played and people were singing along, an hour ago. So we're like, okay, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
You're good. They get it. So with music writing, you said this was sort of an old demo kind of brought back to life. Is your songwriting more autobiographical or general and broad sweeping?
Oh man, that is a great question, and I don't necessarily know how to answer it. I think the answer is yes. We have
Thank you.
We have songs that it's like deep, it's meaningful, it's personal, it's this, it's that, it's, and then there's other songs you're like, oh yeah, like I just sat down and wrote the song in 15 minutes. You know what I mean? And I think most people that is true for them. If someone's saying no, every time I put out a song it is deep, it's like, come on, dude. Like we all have days where we want to be a nerd, and we all have days where we just want to jam something fun. And so I think it runs the spectrum. It's everything. It's here, it's there, it's everywhere.
And as musicians, what role does music streaming play? Is it something that you gear your music writing towards? Is it something that's a benefit after the fact or somewhere in between?
I think it's definitely a benefit after the fact. Like we wouldn't be here playing Firefly if it wasn't for music streaming, and the people over there, like Allison Hagendorf, they're the reason that our band is able to show up to a place like this and people be singing our songs. So yeah, we love music streaming. It's awesome. Spotify, Apple Music, everything's awesome.
Like I like the fact that there are people out there who want to champion and discover music, you know what I mean? And so for instance, Allison, for sure, she heard us early, and she was a early supporter of our band, and that means the world to us. So the fact that there is a platform for this, there is a channel for this, it means the absolute world to us. Yeah.
All right. So is there a trick to getting on good playlists? Because I haven't figured it out yet.
Good question.
Having hair like
okay,
like
all
man.
right.
He's just looking.
I think it's part luck and part just try to write good songs.
Yeah.
We try our best.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason, I don't think.
I think it's some random to an extent, but yeah.
Just roll the dice, and hope for the best. Yeah. So with music streaming, you did mention that Queen Cobra is a single kind of on its own. Do you find yourself writing songs and singles, or wanting to write something still cohesive that sends one specific message?
I think that, especially with a song like Queen Cobra, it was a vibe that we had, but as far as the lyrical content and the overall thing, writing a song just about a badass, woman is something
what the song is about. That's what Queen Cobra is about. Yeah.
So I think as far as writing singles, I think we're just trying to write good songs, and whether it's part of a cohesive thing or not, we just try to write the best songs we can.
It's almost like, I think, by happenstance. Like if I write 10 songs over the course of the next month, kind of by happenstance, those songs might kind of go together.
Because you wrote them.
Yeah, exactly. Because I wrote them, or because we wrote them in a certain amount of time. It just happens, and some of them might, not necessarily fit. Those are the ones you don't hear. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, oh, they kind of happen to go together. They kind of just, it's weird because it's a natural thing. You know, it's like after the fact you look back, you're like, huh, I guess I wrote an album, or I guess I wrote an EP, or I guess I wrote this. But in the moment, you're just writing a song. That's all it comes down to.
Well, then after the fact, how do you go about gearing your set list for Firefly versus a show that you're headlining? Do you change it up, or do you go, oh no, this always works, so we're going to go with that?
We change it up a little bit. I think there are some tried and true moves that our fans might see, and it's like, oh, I remember that at their headliner. But like, I definitely think we try and put our best foot forward in a place like this. Like, for instance, I'm certain that most people had never heard of our band before,
or their first time seeing us.
Exactly,
for sure. Yeah.
Exactly. That's probably it. So we want to say, okay, well, how do we make that memorable? How do we make that special? And so I think that's the name of the game. You know, yeah.
What's up next for you after Firefly?
Ooh, we are doing Summerfest in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, yeah.
4th of July, baby.
Yeah.
That's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, fun fact, we just we found ourselves seated next to the band Castlecomer, and we just realized that we'd never met them before. Aussies, we're gonna go catch their set here in a little bit, but they're playing with us at Summerfest, so it was just like a nice like, oh hey, we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Yeah, exactly. You know,
good timing.
Always like making friends. You know.
What's up for the rest of 2019?
A lot of touring, more music and a lot of touring. That's for sure. Yeah.
Well, stay tuned for much more from the Orphan the Poet. This is Jackie. Thanks to Chorus FM in the Key of Change and the Vinyl.